Hello, my amazing Tauruses. Welcome into a general monthly reading for you for the month of July 2024. I hope life has been treating you well. I feel the need to say right off the bat, July is going to be a more fulfilling, more successful, more rewarding month in general in comparison to June and May. But we have four pre-pulled cards to begin. The High Priestess, the Star card, the Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords, which I might swap out, the Six of Swords, but the High Priestess definitely speaking upon this being a very transformative, very spiritually connected, very spiritually guided, intuitive time for you as well, if I could spit it out. Feeling like there are little stumbles along the way, but you're doing a great job at keeping your eye on the prize and using discernment and your intuition when it comes to guidance coming through. Because remembering, not every spiritual being, just like not everybody in your awakening your physical reality, is going to be positive or have good intentions. And so therefore you're going to need to take a hot second and feel it out, or trust what you're feeling more so in the moment, and just move forward and ignore, reject, or accept that guidance. But throughout this month, you're feeling very, very intuitive for whatever reason or reasons. In that phrase that just came out randomly, okay? You know more than meets the eye. You're feeling things very accurately and on point at this time. No surprise. I mean, a Taurus naturally does have a lot of intuition, a strength within that. But it does feel like at this time, for whatever reason or reasons, once again, you're feeling things very accurately. It's like intuitive hits are coming to be left and right. And this could even help you navigate towards better days, more happiness, more success, and even may assist you with helping other people or one person in particular in that moment. So naturally, I feel like it's a month where your helpful nature and your good energy is being highlighted. You want to do more at times than meets the eye, okay, or than you actually can or should. And Spirit saying, take a deep breath, okay? It's going to make the world of a difference when it comes to what you're accomplishing. Or what you're meant to avoid, okay? And accomplish at a different time if it's meant to be. But it's really going to help your mental status all the meanwhile. Because I feel like being drawn to this reading, even if you're not used to it, you're probably going to be hearing spirit throughout your thoughts. And so you need to not only discern, separate, when it's your thoughts versus a spirit or two or several, but we really need to just calm the mind, right? Calm your energy when need be, because it does feel like being drawn to this reading, things are throughout the month and surrounding it going to be affecting you. Say energy, spirituality, that job, it could be that relationship, maybe where you're living, even noise factors, I want to say. But the Star card, you're a dreamer too, is what I just heard. You're a dreamer too. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of spiritual messages through music, whether you're hearing that in your dreams, through your mind. At times it feels like it's a jukebox up here for me. You might feel the same way for yourself. But as well, I feel like being pushed to listen to the song closely in the storefront. It could be at work. It could be, you being pushed to shuffle your music or discover a new set of songs or song in general on social media, I feel specifically. But it does feel like you're being pushed to believe in your dreams, your goals, okay? You don't have to minimalize or lessen what's doable in your mind, heart, soul, your visions, or your vision in general because of the past or because of a negative spirit or because of that pessimistic or negative, maybe concerned person or two in your life. Everybody's going to have their own viewpoint and way of living their life. But it's at this time where Spirit's saying, remember how well this, and that works for you when it comes to running and living your own life. And maybe re-implement this or that of importance. But also, it's okay to be honest with yourself, as I'm seeing the Judgment card, and readjust the way you're living your life in one, if not multiple ways, to feel healthier, or maybe happier, or more easily achieve a goal or two, or step closer to fulfilling your destiny. Because I don't care what you think, no offense, but you have a large destiny being drawn to this reading. And so we're going to need to take a step back at certain points and maybe readjust our perspective and remember and or realize for the first time that you have a true destiny, a big one at that, okay, a purpose in this lifetime. But They're as well asking you to take a moment at certain points and ask yourself what you want. Okay, what do you truly want? It might have changed recently, or it may change throughout this month at certain points. And because I feel like you're going through a lot of core soul developments, changes, right? Feeling like it's carrying through maybe from May and June, or at least just June into July. It may even continue past this month, right? How you're changing once again. It does push you to at certain points have to stop, and it might be a spiritual push to reevaluate, right? To ask yourself some important questions. What do I actually truly want? And is it going to feel like it's in alignment with what I currently have or what I already know I want, or maybe in regards to what I need? And so you may have to think about what I need to leave behind now and more so moving forward. It could be a person, could be a place, a situation, a habit or two, or who is not serving you at this point. You're going to find as well the month does highlight the past at certain points, for the better and or for the worse. Okay, so it maybe say you get a reminder of that set of friends or that friend specifically, or maybe somebody you dated or an old job from the past that wasn't great but had its benefits at a certain point or in general, right? The pros and cons to everything. And whether that was meant to be a positive reminder or not, it could transition into, for one if not multiple reasons, a negative state of being or overly focusing upon it. Maybe then second guessing or doubting what's at hand or what is yet to come to be. So we need to, again, use discernment. At times, put your foot on the brake and notice when something's going too far or could. And as well, just being able to pinpoint intuitively whether that's actually going to benefit you to focus on it or to continue to do so once again. Anyways, but the Four of Pentacles, there's a huge focus on what you are not sharing. A very Seven of Swords kind of vibe, keeping, like in Leo's monthly general read, keeping your cards close to your chest. Again, knowing more than meets the eye, but I feel like Spirit really wants you to think about your financial status at this time and how you do desire more comfort, more stability. Maybe financial matters being cleaned up and paid off, all the meanwhile. But how about we take a moment, and ask ourselves individually, what am I spending too much money on? What can I cut out? What should I be maybe spending a little bit more money on, or could be moving forward when things get a bit more lucrative for me? There's going to be a focus on why you're feeling so strongly connected to your work, even if you're not normally one to feel that way. And we will do your money and career read for the month as well. But for whatever reason, I was getting the push to do these general monthlies. You're going to feel like people just feel very focused on you. People want to hug you, people want to chat with you, people want to ask you questions, ask for your advice. People may need you very importantly, in a very important manner through your business or through your job, even if it's not exactly related to whatever work is at hand. Does that make sense? I feel like you just have an important presence and energy, once again, that feels enlightening, maybe helpful, maybe healing for a lot like myself. And that can be draining. So you need to as well remember, just because you're needed, just because you have that strong importance, doesn't mean you can neglect your self-care and healing that you need in order to refill your cup. I'm hearing patch up that cup and then get back to doing what you do best and being a helpful soul and otherwise accomplishing within your world. I feel like you're going to as well be pushed to think about when it's most strategic to turn the other cheek, whether it's negativity, gossip, bad energy, and it could be, say, a conversation or two or moment, experience that went from good energy, maybe positive and even productive, to negative, unproductive, turning into gossip maybe. Even if you had something to do with that, moving on forward and realigning your focus is going to be the best strategy possible. 914, look up the angel number meaning. I also feel like you're doing a quality amount of speaking, but when you feel like holding back, and this could come through in multiple ways, but I'm getting specifically, you don't feel like sharing, you don't feel like bonding, you don't feel like being very chatty, which may feel rare for you throughout the month for the most part. It may be because you have to heal. Your intuition and or spirit could be guiding you, pushing you to hold back for sake of prevention, protection, you name it. But I do sense that you are going to feel like this is a month where things get done very strategically, because again, it's a very spiritually guided, very intuitive time for you, where you can really, it feels like at times, do no wrong. Yeah, you slip up. Yeah, you have to maybe attempt something a couple times, reminding me of me specifically with these readings. But when it gets done at the right time, right? Things get accomplished very strategically and effortlessly to an extent, if not fully, because it got done in the right manner at the right time. Does that make sense? So it reminds me to remind myself in certain moments that when things don't happen exactly as you want it to, regardless of how that looks and feels and is experienced, when things maybe take a few times to attempt or to get done, or maybe you have to delay it for whatever reason or reasons, know that maybe the energy is off in that moment, or maybe a negative spirit was with you in that moment, and so you need to just accept that things are going to get done and occur and not occur exactly when they're meant to. Period. But let's continue to pull. Look at this. There's this bold and passionate way about you, and there's a confidence as well, regardless of whether you see that exuded from your own energy or not. And people are digging it. People are loving it. Some people are liking it more so, but whatever. You know, not everyone needs to love you, right? But I do feel like for the most part, people are showering this Taurus collective with an impressive amount of love, attention, and respect. And I'm now getting the word honor to wrap up that message. But it feels like you're being pushed in a very courageous way if you look at the line in the back. Plan for so much more. Now, how is that going to look for you? Okay, imagine it. I feel like not only is this very spiritually guided and intuitively guided throughout this time for you, but you're manifesting, you're co-creating. And so Spirit's pushing you to imagine not just the best, but more for yourself, right? A very Ten of Cups kind of vibe, even Ten of Pentacles energy being pushed into your imagination, because this will help you not only envision things positively and move towards it when it comes to your efforts and holding back even throughout the month, but it's going to help this end vision come to be quite magically. You deserve it, right? And I feel like you even feel like you owe it to that family member or two or several, or loved ones otherwise. But Spirit's saying, let's think about you. Okay, you first and foremost, and then you can put your loved ones and other important people in your life quite soon after that on the list of priorities. Okay, I also feel like, not to get too much into job and career, but it may as well be, say, in your personal life, you're doing a great job throughout the month of prioritizing, multitasking, without even meaning to at certain points, and other points meaning to. But I feel like you are thinking about things like tattoos, whether it's yours or other people's or both. Thinking about things like, again, spirituality, spooky things in life. You could as well be pushed to speak about astrology. It reminds me of when I've been taking cabs home from my serving job late at night, because the buses don't run at that point. Pretty much every single person who has picked me up to drive me back to this home situation has wanted to speak to me the entire ride, whether it felt like a forced conversation or not. Just people have been wanting to talk to me. And I did get the message that I'm meant to be feeling more connected to people, having the opportunity to chat about these different subjects and, you know, relate to people, find commonalities and whatnot, you know, in comparison to the past. And so I feel like something of the sort is being highlighted in your situation as well. Again, people wanting to talk to you, people wanting to relate to you, people wanting to get to know you and maybe just talk, okay? Chit chat, if you will. But again, be selective and use your discernment and your intuition. In a very passionate way, you're going to feel alone, though, at certain points. But I don't feel like this is a negative thing as long as you utilize it in the right manner and you remember how connected and how loved and treasured you are otherwise, or just in general. Because really, if you think about it, especially with the High Priestess being one of the main energies in your reading, when you feel alone, right, as you're being pushed to think about completion from the past and more so for the future, and maybe even currently in a smaller sense, you always have spirits with you, at times for the better and or for the worse, but you need to remember that you have guides. You have a team of beautiful souls who passed away, to put it quite literally, who are there to guide you, support you, and even at times are at a distance working to your advantage, you know, behind the scenes, if you will. I do as well feel like you're being reminded that we have your back, okay? You may as well feel like there are other people in your physical reality, regardless of what situation or two they lie within, or how you relate to them. You are being reminded they have your back, okay? Because this is a time where you're not meant to feel the alone feeling in a negative sense, okay? You're meant to feel supported. You're meant to feel loved, once again, treasured and honored. Beautiful reading. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy July. Bye, Taurus.